You've got mail.
So a while ago, I saw a post on this subreddit regarding accounts SmartSchoolBoy9 followed or accounts that followed him. More recently, I've looked into the whole thing a bit and seemingly found a network of accounts that post and behave similarly. The entire thing raises many red flags, and I worry that there is something deeply disturbing going on behind the scenes. Can somebody please investigate these accounts and let me know what you find?
Okay. Yes.
For those of you who are unaware, SmartSchoolBoy9 was an Instagram account that caught the attention of many internet investigators. This grown man who dressed as a young schoolboy filled his account with many unnerving videos that some have coined as acid edits. Most typically feature himself performing unusual dances or unsettling gestures, while constantly reinforcing the lie that he is a young child. While certainly disturbing, this user would have likely just been disregarded as another mentally ill person on the internet. There's certainly a lot of those to go around. However, the content he posted gave people enough concern that he might legitimately be a danger to local children in his area. There are numerous videos on YouTube from established creators documenting the dark actions from this user, as well as archives containing nearly hundreds of screenshots showcasing the perverted acts that he's done. Because of this, I won't go too in-depth on SmartSchoolBoy9. However, some of the cliff notes to keep in mind for this video is that this user, along with other accounts ran by him, attempted to disguise themselves as little kids to help coerce other real little kids to chat with them. On one account titled Truth Sticks 11, the description reads, "Beautiful boy in account looked after by me, a degree-educated mother, choosing to say anonymous, good original written work, advice and compassion." The boy was not real. And although early photos on his Instagram account might be able to pass as real photos of a little boy, as time went on, they slowly began to become more distorted and heavily edited, almost appearing as if they were AI generated. As time passed, the account began to become more and more disturbing, and it wouldn't take long for the account to start posting photos of the boy in inappropriate positions, entering a dark world of borderline CP content. The whole account was wildly disturbing and troubling. However, one thing that seemed to stick out amongst all of his accounts was a certain article of clothing: black high-heeled mini boots. Somehow incorporated into hundreds of videos and photos was the appearance of black high-heeled mini boots, an oddly specific choice of shoe, one that convinced many internet investigators that this might be some sort of secret code for a much darker internet community. And with the accounts already featuring disturbing depictions of CP content, it only seemed logical that these black boots could indicate the distribution of such materials, human trafficking, or even a large online ring of PDF files. Excuse me for using that term like that, I actually really hate it, except YouTube is really picky on sensitive subjects like this, so I just have to be careful. Anyways, I mention all of this to show that communities like this exist everywhere, in many different mediums and formats. And we've actually talked about quite a few of these communities on this channel, and they often have some form of code word, symbol, or phrase that they include into seemingly harmless content to indicate that they offer other, more sinister services, giving you contact them as a member of their organization. Because of this, it's incredibly valuable to look out for different patterns that might appear in suspicious pages. Which brings me to the subject of this video, and to show why SmartSchoolBoy9 might just be the tip of a much more disturbing internet rabbit hole. A while ago, I discovered an account that followed New Girl 12, one of SmartSchoolBoy9's now deleted accounts, and I wanted to share. I'm noticing a common theme with all of these accounts. Right around when this user came into the public light, would a Reddit user make a post regarding a chain of accounts they believe could have been connected to SmartSchoolBoy9. His original account no longer exists, so it's impossible to confirm if this was actually true. However, looking deeper into the accounts in question, you can find a disturbing pattern of users that behave just like Smart Schoolboy 9, which makes me fear that this chain of child exploitive adult users runs much deeper than we could imagine. Parent-monitored account. Positivity is the true key to happiness. Similarly to how Smart Schoolboy 9 labeled many of his accounts as young children being monitored by parents, he also followed a large collection of users who did the exact same thing. And there's a lot more disturbing similarities between these accounts than just this. Many of them include poetry that's clearly not being written by a young child. The themes of these writings are often centered around depression, suicidal thoughts, and most troubling, the reoccurring concept of suffocation and strangulation. Many appear to be from the UK, similar to Smart Schoolboy 9, and often features the photos of the same little kids, under the guises of different made-up characters. Some of them don't even go through the trouble of trying to appear as if they're a small child, and instead give themselves aliases under the likeness of "We are here for the children" and "No, the kids ain't alright." However, the most disgusting connection between all of these accounts is the reoccurring theme of urine and bladder. This obviously confirms what was pretty much expected, and what was concluded on Smart Schoolboy 9, that these accounts are likely used as a means to express fetish content. They heavily sexualize these kids, while including themes relating to suffocation and human waste. One photo featuring one of these children seemingly looking into his shorts has the description that reads, "having boy time." And this account that is claimed to be monitored by a parent included a cucumber with lotion being pumped out from the tip. I don't think I need to explain what this is obviously symbolizing. Amongst these posts also includes a large community of viewers worshiping the content and commenting inappropriate things about the children, making it even more clear that there's a much larger community here than simply a few twisted individuals creating disturbing content. There's a market, and its consumers are being fed. Along with this, there's also countless things deeply wrong with these accounts. They can often get really weird and aggressive. One of these accounts made a story post asking, "How desperate to pee am I?" Somebody, not a follower, but instead someone who fell down this dark rabbit hole, replied, "I am disgusted." To which the user responded, "I will kill your parents while you watch." If any of you are somehow still skeptical on the extent that these accounts are willing to go to distribute this type of content, understand that I'm only showing what I'm allowed to show on YouTube. What you are about to hear is an analysis of these accounts from a fellow investigator falling down the rabbit hole to one of these accounts. When you go through the followers, it's just several accounts with highlights, and a really common theme seems to be like urine. I saw one saying, "What's peeing you off?" and thought that was weird because it's not like the account doesn't curse. And some even said, "Let's hold a peeing contest." Most of them also happened to be LGBT. When I kept going through the followers, they were all from England. There's also a bunch of posts about different kids spread across those accounts who died or went missing. But looking them up, I can't find anything at all. I don't know if it's just weird roleplay or something else, but it's really freaky. Update. Please report. I was going through her account followers, and I think I found something disgusting. Please report the account if you see this, and I'm not going to post an image. The account contained real CP content. This isn't speculation. These accounts seem to be linked together, and they are spreading disturbing illegal content. The thing about it is, though, I don't believe these accounts to be owned by Smart Schoolboy 9. He had a very specific look and theme that was consistent through all of his accounts, and although there are many similarities, the feel to these accounts seem entirely different. I hope you don't misunderstand. I do believe him to be connected in some capacity, but just merely a very unique pawn in a much larger organization participating in similar activities. I believe all of these accounts have small little words and phrases indicating the true purpose behind their posts, with the differences being the fetishes that they're into. With all of this being known, however, I still couldn't seem to figure out how these individuals go about finding each other. Could it possibly be from some hidden online forum or maybe an exclusive Telegram group? Well, probably. I'm sure this exists in many places, although I did find one Instagram account that seemed to link all of these accounts together. One of the accounts that many of these people follow titles themselves as the ultimate fan page of summer 2021, with the description using the phrase, "aim for the stars." The page contains many different photos of real little boys, even offering a categorize option to view collections of specific individuals. Included in this is even the ability to vote on which child's your favorite. Worst of all, if you click on any photo, you can find a direct link to the child's account. However, many of them appear to be deactivated, making me believe that this is either a hub to post these perverts pretending to be little kids and they got deactivated by posting CP content, or much worse, they were actually the real accounts of these children, and were eventually scared away after many grown men began following and interacting with their posts. You may have noticed that I made sure to mention that the description used the words, "aim for the stars," because the term star is specifically a term we've investigated in the past when discussing accounts that might offer more sinister content behind the scenes. If you're interested in checking this out, you can view my last entry in A Disturbing Influencer from Every Generation. However, after seeing this term appear in this format, it makes me believe that the theories about the word might actually be true. Along with a direct link to the children's accounts are also links to two other accounts, Next Gen Model 777 and Rising Star Kids 443. These accounts are the same as the last and label themselves as a fan page for young children models, using this as some twisted excuse to post exploitive photos of little kids. It's all just the same story, so why do I say this? Well, I believe all of these accounts to just be the marketing layer, if you will, to this entire PDF file ring. You have a collection of multiple accounts that appear as quote-unquote fan pages for children models, followed by adults disguising themselves as little kids, layering their pages with a chosen fetish. They can then go to these pages and find first-hand access to dozens of young children and message them, disguised as if they're children of the same age. Along with this, they're also able to easily connect with other like-minded individuals, opening a channel for communication to be had privately, where I suspect more disturbing media might be shared. Smart Schoolboy 9 is a legitimate danger to those in his community and those he interacts with, there's no doubt about that. However, the level of publicity he received was likely attributed to the unsettling content he made and the characteristics about himself he allowed to be public. But just because he stole the spotlight doesn't change the fact that he's just one of many. There is a large community involved here, don't be mistaken, and we can only hope that the extent of the danger remains as simply perverts interacting with perverts. However, if any one of these accounts manages to convince a real little kid that they're real, that they're their friend, that they want to meet up sometime and play, the possibility for risk is just catastrophic. I reported all of the accounts I stumbled across, and I greatly encourage you to do the same if you manage to stumble across similar content. Content like this is unfortunately becoming more and more common. It's more important than ever to spread awareness of what's going on and ways to avoid potentially dangerous accounts online, especially in the upcoming age of AI technology. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in this week. If you happen to stumble across anything unsettling or disturbing online, I'd be more than happy to investigate it and see what I find, so feel free to let me know. Thank you all again so much for watching, it truly means the world to me, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care.